Hey, I'm Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise for BoardGameGeek, and this is June 2020's Top 10 Hottest Games, based on the titles that are generating the most mojo on the BoardGameGeek website over the past 30 days. 186 games appeared on the site's Hottest Games list over this past month, and of those top 10, 9 of them are the exact same games as we covered last month, so there's not going to be a lot of surprises this month. I mean, seriously, 5 of the games are even in the exact same position that they were last month. So that's why this month we're going to do something a little bit different. And we're going to highlight various other videos by a variety of other content creators for each game as well. And hopefully, this will help provide some additional insights into what makes these games so hot. And who knows, may even help you discover some new YouTube channels that you might not have known about. So let's get ready and check it out in this special Creator Spotlight episode. Starting off this month's list is Brass Birmingham by Roxley, which rejoins the countdown after coming in at number 11 last month. Brass Birmingham is an economic strategy game that's also a sequel to 2007's Brass. And as in its predecessor, you must develop, build, and establish your industries and network in an effort to exploit high or low market demands. Roxley has published not only Brass Birmingham, but also the game Brass Lancashire as well. And if you're like me, then you're not only kept up late at night wondering what the difference between these two versions of the game are, but you also have an irrational fear of underripe cantaloupe. Unfortunately though, we have Ella from Ella Loves Board Games who recorded a cantaloupe-free video in which she unboxes both Birmingham and Lancashire to demonstrate their similarities and differences. This is just one of over 50 excellently produced videos on her channel, and you'll find a link to this and all the videos that we're going to mention in this episode in the description below. Remaining at number 9 this month is Marvel Champions, the card game, a living card game published by Fantasy Flight Games. Marvel Champions, the card game, invites 1 to 4 players to embody iconic heroes from the Marvel Universe as they battle to stop infamous villains from enacting their devious schemes. Now, if you would like an in-depth introduction to this game, including an overview of the Black Panther deck, a sample turn being played out, and some insightful commentary, then check out this Marvel Champions video by Geek Gamers. Bonus points for the appearance of crochet needles in the video. Dropping down 3 spots to end the month at number 8 this month is Everdell from Starling Games. And within the charming valley of Everdell, beneath the boughs of the towering trees and among the meandering streams and mossy hollows, a civilization of forest animals is thriving and expanding. And in this place, this very place, players will lead a group of critters in constructing buildings, meeting lively characters, and hosting various events, all on their way to fortify their collection of critters by amassing the most victory points. Looking for information about Everdell? Well, the channel, Meeple University, has produced several videos about Everdell, including one which covers how to set up and play the game solo. So if you're looking for a single-player variant of the game to spend some time with, then this video may provide you with some good ideas and suggestions. Manifested and unmoving from spot number 7 again this month is Arkham Horror, the card game from Fantasy Flight Games. A living card game of Lovecraftian mystery, monsters, and madness supporting games of 1 or more players. In the game, the player's choices and actions have consequences that reach far beyond the immediate resolution of the scenario at hand. What's more, their actions may yield valuable experiences which will better prepare them for the adventures that still lie ahead, whether you play the game with a partner or as single player. And if you're a proponent of single-player gaming, then I highly recommend checking out Jeremy Howard, who not only produces a series of solo gameplay videos on Man vs. Meeple, but also hosts his own YouTube channel, Jambalaya Plays Games, which has more solo play examples, some overviews, quick looks at games, and lots more stuff, all presented energetically and really thoughtfully. Moored for another month in the 6th spot on our list is Spirit Island from Greater Than Games, a cooperative game in which players defend their island home from colonizing invaders. In the game, players are different spirits of the land, each with its own unique elemental powers. Using combinations of power cards that match a spirit's elemental affinities can grant free bonus effects, requiring forethought and planning to really use effectively. Now, a lot has been said about this game and what you can find inside its box, and the channel behind the box has posted their take on the positives, negatives, kinds of decisions players will make during the game, and their final thoughts. So, if you think you know everything that there is to know about Spirit Island, then maybe you do. I don't know. But if you're keeping an open mind and you don't assume you know everything about the game, which statistically speaking is probably the best bet, you may enjoy this and the other behind the box reviews. Climbing 5 numbered spots up to spot number 5 this month is The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9 from Thames and Cosmos, a cooperative trick-taking game in which players set out as astronauts on a series of uncertain space adventures. Over the course of 50 different missions with unique goals and objectives, players must work together to overcome varied challenges. However, each mission slowly ratchets up the difficulty. But let's be honest, my lame explanation of this game is not going to do it justice. That honor is going to go to Tabletop Tolson, which produced a snappy, engaging 6-minute video demonstration on how to play The Crew. It's a fun and informative watch, so take a look. But watch out for Barb. She's a wild card. And climbing 4 numbered spots up to spot number 4 this month is Nemesis by Awaken Realms, a sci-fi survival game where 1 to 5 players suddenly awaken from their induced slumber on board a long, dormant, voyaging spaceship. Now the crew has to solve the mystery of just what triggered the emergency in the first place, which turns out to be an infestation of face-dissolving, flesh-eating aliens that also don't tip bellhops. Now, it's been difficult enough to even locate a copy of this game to play, but when you do, if you want to be prepared to play it right, well, then check out this video by Cardboard Rhino that explains how the game works. But note that it's a prototype of the game that's featured in this rules explanation, and the final version introduces some modifications and adjustments to these rules. Even so, it's still an excellent introduction and overview of what to expect when you finally get to play this game. Dug in deep again this month at number 3 is Terraforming Mars, published by Stronghold Games, which takes place in the 2400s when mankind has apparently gotten its stuff together enough to begin terraforming the planet Mars. The planet takes shape by initiating huge projects to raise the red planet's temperature, the oxygen level, and the ocean coverage until the environment is habitable and nearly completely free of underripe cantaloupe. And while tabletop gaming is a fantastic social activity, certain barriers can prevent certain gamers from being able to get the most out of this hobby. Which is why the next channel being highlighted is Dibs On Blue, which performs a thorough board game tutorial using American Sign Language, or ASL. This channel is an excellent contribution to the board gaming community, so be sure to check it out if Dibs On Blue can be useful as a resource to you. And fluttering up 2 spots to number 2 is Wingspan, designed by Elizabeth Hargrave and published by Stonemaier Games. Wingspan is a competitive, medium-weight, card-driven engine-building game in which you and your fellow players are bird enthusiasts, researchers, bird watchers, ornithologists, and collectors seeking to discover and attract the best birds to your network of wildlife preserves. And if you yearn to learn this top-selling, award-sweeping game, well, I won't teach you. But you are in luck, because Knights Around a Table will. And they'll do a far better job of it than I will, because when teaching games, I don't use verbs. Their tutorial covers the game in detail, including setup, bird anatomy, collecting food, laying eggs, drawing cards, scoring, and more. So check out this tutorial, because if it's one thing it doesn't do, it's a lay an egg of its own. Do people still say that? And as unmoving as an underripe cantaloupe on my kitchen counter for another month at number 1 is Gloom Haven, a game of Euro-inspired tactical combat in a persistent world of shifting motives by Cephalofair Games. In Gloom Haven, players must work together out of necessity to clear out menacing dungeons and forgotten ruins. In the process, they will enhance their abilities with experience and loot, discover new locations to explore and plunder, and expand an ever-branching story fueled by the decisions that they make. Now, one of the reasons why Gloom Haven remains at the top of the top 10 is because so many people play this game. And if I know gamers, those gamers are also playing other games as well, such as the next channel on our list, Our Family Plays Games, which produces both game-specific videos and many different top 10s listing their picks for games in certain categories, and the games that they've been playing most recently, such as their recent episode, which included Gloom Haven, plus Mage Knight, Quadropolis, Rap Gods, Marvel Champions, Western Legends, and a dozen more. So check out Our Family Plays Games for thoughts about games that are worth thinking about. And there you have it. There's a look at the games that are sizzling at the top of the hotness list, like some sort of board game bacon, which I said last time. Doesn't matter, that hasn't changed either. Even the outro is exactly the same as it was last month. That's fitting. Fitting that I forgot to update that. As of June 2020. And for more board game countdowns, news, previews, and playthroughs, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of the other videos posted on the channel. Until next time, I've been Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise for BoardGameGeek. Take care.